Yo, what up people, we are back on Tekken 8, and yesterday I was in the lab with Lidia just practicing some combos, memorizing frame data and shit like that, but then it just popped into my head that Jin at +3, he can hit you with this, and if it trades, he can go into this for free. And Lidia also has something like this. Every time you are left at +6, which you can do from this or from this punch, you can go into this, which is 16 frames, and it's gonna trade with a jab, and it's gonna give you Political Storm for free. Most people already know this tech, but then I started thinking like, what else can I do with this shit? So I started checking out Lidia's trades, and there's a lot of crazy stuff here. Most of the stuff I'm gonna show you here is gonna be on hit when it comes to frame data, but because a lot of Lidia's moves have such slow recovery, like, you can basically hit confirm this shit. So, starting off with +4, we have down forward 1-2, which will leave you at +4 on hit. Lidia's 1-2 combo is also +4 on hit. Down 3-1 is +4 on hit. And we have back 3, which is +4 on hit. It is safe on block at -7. And yeah, I know you're probably just gonna rip the entire string as like a whiff punisher or something, but just bear with me here, alright? Because whenever Lidia is at +4, you can use her down forward 3 knee, which has an unsafe follow-up, but doesn't matter because we're not here for the follow-up, we are here for the knee. And to show you what this knee can do, is like +4 into this, which leaves you at +10. At +10, you can get your 10 frame combo into stance mix-up. So anytime you're at +4, you can use your knee to frame trap, and it will guarantee you your 10 frame string on a trade. And honestly, I'd say that's a pretty nice trade. But when we get to +5 though, that's when shit gets interesting. And speaking of +5, our little knee friend over there actually leaves us at +5 on hit. So if you're trying to go for that like frame trap, but they do something slower and you actually hit them with a knee, you're gonna be +5. Now, first things first, at +5 you can use her 15 frame launcher, and if this trades, you're +10 again. And yes, this works just like before, and you can go into your 10 frame string guaranteed. And obviously, if they do anything slower than a jab, you can actually just hit this kick, and if you can hit confirm this into a launcher, that's pretty nice. Personally, I can't, but I'm sure a better player will be able to. And considering these are both highs, you're kinda risking your life with this shit. But you might also just wanna check someone with a kick, and if it hits, you're at +7. What do we get at +7? Back 3. So you can do this into back 3, and it's gonna trade into a +5, which basically allows you to try this again. On some characters though, it's not gonna reach, but against others, like for example Xiaoyu, that second 3 kick will actually reach her. But hold up, because there's something even better you can do at +5, which is your down forward 2, and if you get a counter hit with this, the 3 is guaranteed. But that's not even the best part, because if you are at +5 and you end up trading the down forward 2, you are left at +29, effectively making this into this one of Lidia's best frame traps on hit. Because I mean, what can I get at +29? Well, a free launcher. Like, what else do you want? So basically, whenever you're +5, like, dude, just hit down for 2, man. And this type of stuff is really good to know when you don't want to fully commit to a move, because Lidia has a bunch of highs. For example, down forward 4-2, which is a natural combo, but it's also just a mid, you know, it's got decent range. You might just throw this out as a check. Not too sure if it's gonna hit or not, but then you realize, oh shit, it did hit, and it's +6. And you can go into this, which then guarantees Political Storm. There is also another option at +6, which is the back 4, but it is a high. So, you know, choosing between a high or a low, you know, ducking is gonna get you destroyed either way. So, what you could do is just go for the knee, right? And that's not supposed to trade. I was just a little slow. But you know, the knee is gonna leave at +5, and then after the knee you can try this. Just get creative with the frames. Something that's also very interesting is this kick. Hold up, I got 3 or more hits. Done. Alright, that kick is +3. Now, +3 doesn't really get you much, but if you trade with just this roundhouse, the 4 kick, it's also gonna leave you at +5. Look at this, into roundhouse, and you're +5, which lets you get this. So, you know, just get creative, man. Other noteworthy mentions are the 2-4, which also leaves you at +4, and then you already know, you get the knee, and you get your 10-frame string. And if you do this, which is +7, into this, which is 17 frames, and they trade, you'll get a +11, but on neutral, you can't really do anything with this +11 because it doesn't have the reach for anything unless you're at the wall, and then you can actually hit the 2-2. But I mean, obviously, if you can hit this, then maybe you should just hit confirm the launcher, you know. But there are other ways of getting +7, like down forward 3 into down forward 4, and this will trade into +7. And from +7, you can do this, and if that trades, you can get the 2-2 if they have their backs to the wall, otherwise it's gonna miss. And while we're on the topic of +7, it's important to note that her while standing forward is +7. So you can do this, into this, and then this. And there is another wall-specific case, which is the grab, because from here, you are not reaching with a knee, but since the grab is actually +4 on hit, at the wall, you can get your 10 string, assuming the knee trades. The back 4 can actually trade with itself on hit, even though this option would be a lot more advantageous. On hit, your back 2-3 can also trade with this, guaranteeing political storm again, and also Lidia's high parry, which is up 1, is +3 on hit, which means you can frame trap with 4, which leaves you at +5, so you can do this afterwards, and you already know. And also, if you somehow manage to hit this, which is +9, into this, which is 19 frames, you can get a knockdown that will guarantee this. But there is another possible trade at +7, which is the forward 4. So you can do this, into +5, which lets you do this. This woman got layers on layers of offense. Like, you can really do some crazy shit here. If I didn't know this girl was a prime minister, I would think she was some kind of merchant or something, because her fucking trading game is crazy.